The work on the scripts for the 5th and 6th chapters of John Wick has officially kicked off. This confirmation comes straight from the boss of Lionsgate, Joe Drake. During the studio's quarterly earnings report, he explicitly stated that full-fledged production of the future sequels and spin-offs has finally resumed as the WGA strikes have come to an end. Adding some fresh details to the mix, franchise director Chad Stahelski shared that he will indeed return to helm the 5th and 6th movies. He also expressed confidence that Keanu Reeves will join him if they come up with an interesting story and solid script, which they are currently working on. From these official updates, one thing is clear: a saga that logically concluded isn't in a hurry to bid farewell to its audience. Now, you might be wondering about the possible plot of John Wick 5. How does it all make sense? Well, that's a good question. Here are a few key aspects to consider. They had initially planned to start filming the 5th John Wick back in the summer of 2020. However, Chad Stahelski soon rejected this idea. He explained that he needed time to make each successive movie more diverse and better than the previous ones, injecting something new and unique into each installment. According to Stahelski, if the 4th and 5th John Wicks were shot simultaneously, they would not have differed from each other in any significant way, at least technically. Considering the diversity of the world of John Wick and the author's ability to add new details and elements with each successive movie, we can expect a direct continuation of the story. The franchise has expanded, providing numerous opportunities for sequels and spin-offs that can develop in parallel. At the moment, we've seen the Continental miniseries, but there are even more projects in the works. Overall, the John Wick universe will continue to evolve, surprise, and capture the attention of viewers. New details about the 5th part and other projects will emerge as they are developed, and fans will eagerly await new storylines. Now, what can we expect from the 5th chapter? Spoilers ahead. Before speculating about the plot of John Wick 5, it's worth recalling the ending of the 4th chapter. Towards the end, John sets up a duel with Marquis de Gramont, a representative of the High Table. The terms of the duel are as follows. If John wins, they stop pursuing and leave him alone. However, if the Marquis wins, both John and Winston will be killed. Marquis refuses to fight himself and appoints a replacement, Kane, a blind assassin and former friend of John. During the duel, a severely wounded John shoots the Marquis and then asks Winston to take him home, losing consciousness from his injuries. After, we see Winston and the Bowery King with John's dog standing at a cemetery near the graves of John Wick and his wife Helen. Throughout the movie, the narrative hints at John's impending death, with both friends and enemies acknowledging his fate. Therefore, the assumption is that he ultimately succumbed to his injuries. However, there are several hints suggesting he might have survived. His body is never shown at the very end, but only the grave and tombstone. Moreover, John has been severely wounded countless times before, but managed to stay alive. The brief final dialogue between Winston and the Bowery King at the cemetery can also be interpreted in various ways. Originally, John Wick's death was conceived as the final act of the entire franchise. The 4th film was even titled Hagakure, the Code of Samurai Honor, where the willingness of a warrior to die holds significant importance. However, as official news reveals, death is not the end, and the 4th chapter is not the final story. The future of the franchise promises an exciting pace and a steady supply of dynamic content. With the 5th movie on the horizon, fans can anticipate further expansion of the universe, creating an intriguing field for contemplating possible continuations. One potential avenue is a prequel. John Wick 5 could serve as a prequel, delving into the whole origin of Baba Yaga. This would add a plethora of interesting details to his biography. Moreover, if Stahelski decides to shoot a prequel, it wouldn't necessarily spoil the ending of the 4th film. The creators could craft a full-length movie depicting Wick's early years, his military service, time in prison, and how he became involved with the Russian mob. Personally, I would love to see how he met his wife and embarked on the mission Viggo described in the first movie when John killed 4 armed guys with a single pencil. The second possibility is a sequel. It could turn out that John Wick didn't die but chose to fade into the shadows, orchestrating his own death as a precaution. Perhaps he remains dead in the eyes of society but continues his mission from the shadows. In the 4th part, there are several plot lines that could be used in the 5th if he does indeed survive. John has re-entered the ranks of the Russian mob, who may turn to him for assistance. Additionally, more details about this criminal family are set to be revealed in the spin-off titled Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas, which is scheduled to be released on June 7th next year. John Wick will officially appear in this movie, and Keanu Reeves has praised Ana de Armas, noting her excellent handling of action scenes. If Ballerina proves successful, John may appear in subsequent installments, perhaps becoming a mentor to Ana de Armas' character named Rooney. The potential for a sequel opens up exciting exciting possibilities for the continuation of John Wick's story, and fans can eagerly anticipate how the narrative unfolds in the upcoming films. Ballerina is already a fully fledged standalone project distinct from all the original John Wick movies. Despite Keanu's official appearance, his role will be limited. Stahelski emphasizes that the film will not simply replicate previous projects. As we can see, the entire John Wick franchise has not only demonstrated its captivating nature, but has also shown that the saga gains momentum with each new movie, earning more with each part. The fourth chapter, in particular, showcased phenomenal success, surpassing the $430 million worldwide. This is an impressive result for that genre, and such box office even surprised Chad Stahelski. It is precisely the financial success and statements from Lionsgate boss Joe Drake that point to expanded plans for continuations. The resounding profit has set the stage for further exploration of the John Wick movie universe, indicating that the franchise is poised for continued growth and development in future parts. Fans can look forward to more thrilling adventures in the world of John Wick. The franchise's significant success elicits mixed reactions from critics. Some argue that the studio exploits the same simplistic storyline. However, this doesn't negate the fact that the movie series enjoys immense popularity among audiences, and its success becomes increasingly evident with each new project. This clearly indicates that mainstream cinema tailored to its audience continues to thrive. Despite all the changes and crises in the film industry, such genres not only maintain their popularity but can also edge out long-established comic book adaptations. It's likely that John Wick 5 and Ballerina will also be mega successful, affirming that cinema can continue to delight audiences in the future without relying on superheroes offering unique and compelling stories. The franchise's ability to evolve and capture audience attention demonstrates the enduring appeal of well-crafted action films in the cinematic landscape. The introduction of new characters and storylines, as evidenced by Ballerina, suggests that the creators are keen on exploring different facets of the world they've built. This approach keeps the franchise fresh and dynamic, offering viewers new elements to engage with and ensuring that each installment feels like a unique contribution to the overall saga. Despite criticisms about the franchise potentially recycling a straightforward plot, the undeniable popularity and financial success of the John Wick series showcase the enduring appeal of action-packed, visceral cinema. The ongoing triumph at the box office suggests that even in an era of industry changes and challenges, there remains a strong appetite for movies that deliver adrenaline-pumping thrills and stylish choreography. The release date for John Wick 5 has not yet been announced. The fourth part went into production in 2019 and was supposed to be released in 2021, but due to the pandemic, the premiere was postponed to 2023. Thus, it takes about 2 years to make a full movie, barring external obstacles. This means that, theoretically, John Wick 5 will be released in late 2025, unless, of course, new unforeseen circumstances interfere with production. Subscribe.